Have you ever found yourself overreacting to the slightest thing, or always blaming others for your problems, or perhaps convincing yourself that everything is fine when you're actually suffering? What if I told you these aren't just ways of doing things, but actual mental traps your mind uses, without you realizing it, to protect you, but which end up ruining your day? Today, with the help of Sigmund Freud, we unmask the 3 most common ones and see how recognizing them can change everything. Hello everyone and welcome back. We've explored Freud's theories in many videos, but today we want to get super practical. We'll talk about defense mechanisms, those unconscious strategies our mind uses to manage anxiety and stress. They're useful, of course, but when they become automatic and rigid, they become traps that prevent us from seeing reality and living better. By the end of this video, you'll not only know 3 of these traps, but you'll have concrete tools to start recognizing them in your daily life. And believe me, this is the first step to deactivating them. Quick review. Why does our mind do all this? To protect ourself, our conscious part, from painful feelings, uncomfortable truths, or impulses that frighten us. It's as if it puts on dark glasses to avoid going blind. The problem is that sometimes we forget those dark glasses and see everything, well, darker and more distorted. Here are the 3 most common mental traps. Ready to discover the first 3? Let's see if you can identify them. The first trap, denial. It's not true, not for me, it's not happening. C'est mien. In short, refusing to see or accept a reality that's too painful or terrifying. It's like burying your head in the sand. Some daily examples that ruin your day, and not only. Your partner treats you badly, but you keep telling yourself no, but he or she loves me after all, it's just a difficult time. All the while you feel bad. You have an obvious health problem, but you avoid going to the doctor saying, it'll go away on its own, it's nothing serious. Meanwhile, the problem gets worse. Your boss openly criticizes you, but you think, he wasn't mad at me, he must have misunderstood me. Meanwhile, your self-esteem plummets. You've spent too much and your account is in the red, but you pretend nothing's happening and keep buying. Meanwhile, your financial anxiety grows. How to unmask it? Step 1. Ask yourself honestly, is there something I'm avoiding seeing or dealing with because it scares me or makes me feel so bad? Am I minimizing a real problem? Listen to that little voice inside that might be saying, look, it's not like that at all. The second trap, projection. It's not me, it's you who is the problem. In short, attributing to others your own feelings, thoughts, or impulses that you don't want to acknowledge as your own because you consider them negative or unacceptable. Everyday examples that ruin the day and relationships. You feel insecure at work and constantly accuse your co-workers of being incompetent or trying to get in your way. You're projecting your own insecurity. You're angry at yourself for a mistake, but you take it out on the first person you meet, saying, you're always so nervous, distracted. You're projecting your anger. You're tempted to cheat on your partner and start obsessively accusing them of being unfaithful. You're projecting your desire. You are very critical of yourself and see criticism and judgment everywhere, even when it isn't there. How to unmask it? Step 1. When you find yourself judging or accusing someone fiercely, stop for a moment and ask yourself, doesn't what I see in the other person belong to me in some way too? This strong feeling I have, where does it really come from? The third trap is rationalization. I find a good excuse that seems logical and tell myself a story. In short, inventing logical and socially acceptable explanations for behaviors or feelings that, in reality, have unconscious motivations that are less noble or harder to admit. It's the art of justifying oneself. Everyday examples that ruin your day and keep you stuck. You didn't get that promotion and you say to yourself, well, I didn't really like that job, it was too stressful, instead of admitting, maybe I didn't try hard enough or I need to improve certain skills. You eat an entire chocolate bar and justify it by saying, I needed sugar, I was stressed. Instead of acknowledging, I felt lonely, bored, and sought comfort in food. You treat a friend badly and then think, he deserved it, he provoked me. Instead of admitting, I was nervous about my own business and took it out on the wrong person. Avoid starting that big project by saying, it's not the right time, I have to wait for the perfect conditions, instead of facing the fear of failure. How to unmask it? Step 1. When you catch yourself giving overly elaborate or overly perfect explanations for your behavior, ask yourself, am I trying to convince myself or others more? What is the real reason I did or said this, the one I have the hardest time admitting? Unmasking is not judging, but freeing. Be careful. Recognizing these mental traps doesn't mean judging yourself or feeling bad. We all use them. Freud taught us this. The goal is to become more aware. When you unmask one of these lies, your mind tells you it's like turning on a light. It may be uncomfortable at first to see the truth, but it's the only way to. Understand why you react in certain ways. Make freer and less automatic decisions. Improve your relationships, because you will be more honest with yourself and with others. Suffer less from the distortions they create. Okay, what can you actually do today? Choose one of the 3 traps we've discussed, the one that most catches your attention. For the rest of the day, try observing yourself with curiosity, like a mental detective. If you notice a thought or behavior that resembles that trap, stop for a second. You don't have to do anything special, just observe it. Maybe this is a denial/projection/rationalization. This small act of consciousness is so powerful. It's the beginning. And you? Which of these 3 mental traps do you recognize most frequently in your life or in the lives of those around you? Do any examples come to mind? Share them, respectfully, in the comments. I'm sure we can learn even more by reading others' experiences. If this video has given you a practical tool to better understand yourself, I'd greatly appreciate a like. Subscribe and activate the bell. Thanks for joining me on this trap hunt. Remember, your mind is powerful. Learn to understand it so it works for you, not against you. See you next time. Bye.